how do you define a SERP intent, and how do you know if your content, your website, and what you're trying to achieve with your website is meeting what Google sees as the right search intent? And this is a question that many, even some of the best SEOs can't answer, because they're relying on a handful of tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs or whatever, to tell them what they need to be doing, which is the wrong approach, because as with everything else, Google keeps changing, and it keeps evolving, and with each update, Google may change the intent of the SERP. Now, it's not going to be an entirely different change in intent, but even the small changes are in intent will mean that your website can either improve in rankings, or it can lose rankings to competitors. So the most important part of this is called source type. Now, I've talked about search intent in the past, and in my semantic SEO video, so you can go back and watch that. But consider this as the next step. Now, if you're going to create content or if you're trying to rank an existing website, like I was trying to do with a client some time back, who had already a lot of content on their website, they were ranking pretty well, but they were not ranking for a lot of the keywords that they wanted to rank for. And all the SEOs were telling them that it's not possible because they're competing against giants like Amazon, eBay, TechCrunch, and those kind of things. So those kind of websites. So they were told that it's not possible. But when I checked this, and I'm going to go into this in this video, I found that with the right approach, it was possible for them to rank. And now, around 2 months later, they're ranking number 3 for what was considered to be a very difficult keyword to rank for. And even Ahrefs was showing it as very hard. And so, before you think of a keyword being extremely hard to target, or a keyword cluster being extremely hard to target, make sure that you're looking and understanding the SERPs the way I tell you in this video. Also, guys, if you like the video, like and subscribe, leave a comment below if you have a question. Also, I do SEO for a living, so if you're looking to get your website optimized, or you know someone who needs SEO services, feel free to leave your contact details by clicking on the link in the description, fill out the form, and you'll leave your contact details. So guys, let's get into this right now. So one of the first things I'm going to start with is I'm going to give you a little bit of background on how it works. So SERP analysis needs to be coupled with your keyword research. So this is not a substitute for your keyword research campaign. Keyword research should be a part of your campaign. This is SERP analysis. So this is based on the keywords that you're trying to target. We're looking at SERPs to figure out what kind of content is ranking, why it's ranking, and what kind of websites Google is choosing to rank for those keywords. And then we'll try to come up with a strategy for our own website and to see how we can rank our own website based on what we're seeing in the SERPs. So there are primarily four kinds of websites or classifications for websites. Now, this is not something that Google talks about openly, but this is we've got to categorize things in some way, and so this is how it's mainly categorized. So you've got websites with a commercial intent, and then you've got websites with an informational intent, and then you've got non-commercial websites, or also what's referred to as open source websites, and then there are commercial bias websites. So there are like 3 or 4 different classifications. I'll go into like how they differ from each other a little later in this video. But suffice to say that we need to use these same classifications when we're studying SERPs. So before we decide on what keywords we need to target and how we're going to target those keywords. Okay, guys, welcome back. So I went ahead and I'm using a Google Chrome plugin called Nightwatch. So what Nightwatch really does is, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction here. You can skip through it if you're already familiar with it. But since I'm based in the UAE and I'm trying to do research in the United States, so one of the ways of doing that, and this is the way I just discovered, is to use this what's called search simulator. And Nightwatch is a search simulator, so I can just put in the country I'm trying to look at SERPs for. I put United States, I put in the search query, and it goes ahead and searches Google. It shows me results that a person sitting in the United States would see. Obviously, this is never 100% accurate because Google also shows results based on a person's previous search history. So we go ahead and I put in rotating proxy manage, which I should have put manager. So okay, so I'll put in rotating proxy manage, and we skip through the ads and we see that the first website here is 10 best rotating proxy for web scraping. We'll go ahead and we'll just close this real quick. I did this previously. So we'll go ahead and close this real quick. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take a look at the first 10 SERPs and see exactly what kind of websites are ranking and why they are ranking and why Google is preferring these websites over other websites so that we can cater our own content and tailor it accordingly so that we can rank. So this is assuming that we're also targeting the rotating proxy manage. I'm just opening these tabs here so that we can take a quick look at it. So I've opened all of these tabs, and I've also created this small Google Sheets. And what it says is the position. So this is the position of the website. This is the ranking website, name of the website that's ranking. And I usually do this as part of my SERP analysis campaign when I get a client and we're targeting a certain set of keywords that are hard to target, or at least Google or Ahrefs tells us that it's hard to target. So what I do is I create this sheet and I take a look at it and I analyze the sheet, something that I'm going to go into real quick. Okay, so first one here is for rotating proxy manage is Zyte, so Z-Y-T-E. So we'll take a look at. Okay, so here's Zyte. So Zyte it says it's a proxy manager, a rotating proxy service. So it says service. So what this means primarily is that this is a website with commercial intent. They're selling something. This is a landing page. We can take a look at this. We can see that it says try free for 14 days. So Google sees this, and Google sees a website with commercial intent. And even though they're offering some information, the intent here is that this is a commercial website. So I'll go ahead and head on over to my Google Sheets real quick and just copy the URL over here. And I'm going to put this into Google Sheets. So I'm going to put this here as site. This is ranking number 1. So the intent classification is going to be commercial, since we've already seen that this is a commercial website. We're also going to see what's called a source type classification. So what this mainly means is that how Google classifies this website. Since it's partly informational, they've got some information on this website. If you take a quick look at this real quick, so they've got some information like what is a smart proxy manager feature. So most probably, and this is really an educated guess of how Google would see this, and we'll say that it will see this as commercial / informational landing page, and this is how Google will most probably be seeing this. But as we'll see, this is something where we can later on adjust based on our analysis of the search results. So go ahead and take a look at number 2. Going here, and so number 2 is it's brightdata.com. Here you go, brightdata.com. So these guys are ranking number 2. Go ahead and copy the URL here real quick, and it starts out right here. It gives us the USPs. It tells this is the best proxy ecosystem. They also got, it says meet industry leading rotating proxy service, and it tells us all of this. So obviously this is a landing page for a commercial product. They're ranking for the keyword, so it means that this is one with a commercial intent. We'll go ahead and we will paste this here real quick. Put this here real quick. And I think these both are classified as the same type of website. Go to Nightwatch over here, and we'll see. So the third one is oxylabs.io. Okay, so at oxylabs.io, it's a rotating proxy, the residential proxies for effortless data collection. And we're looking at these real quick, and we can see that this is another landing page. They're not blatantly, openly selling anything, but they are selling something. They're probably a piece of software. It sells checkout, book a demo and a call. And it says 24/7 live support. So obviously they are. This is a landing page. So we can quite safely say that this is also one with a commercial intent. Sorry, the wrong one. Paste this in real quick, and we'd say this is commercial intent. We will seize this and commercial informational. I think this is more of a commercial landing page, or we can just do commercial and informational landing page. We'll go ahead and just commercial. I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, fourth result here is, scroll real down, and we've got the 10 best residential back connect and rotating proxies. This is for Scraper AI. Okay, Scraper API, I guess that's what it's called. So Scraper API, we've opened the website, we've got this here. So this is result number 4. And what it says the 10 best residential proxies. Now, what this website is doing right here is it's more of it's an informational website, but it's an informational website with commercial intent because they're linking out. This is most probably affiliate links to these top ranking websites that we've already been through, Smart Proxy and stuff like that. So what we would do here is we would put this in over here real quick, and we would say this is a commercial, this is an informational website. It's an informational website, but this is one with a commercial intent. So we'd say that this is a commercial intent. So commercial intent, maybe also just put in informational, because it's also got information, but it's a slightly different website. And when I look at this 10 days from now, I need to know by looking at this what kind of website this was without having to visit it, because there's more work that needs to be done here. So we'll jump back into Nightwatch, and we'll go down to the 5th result, which is what is a rotating proxy and how does it work. Now, this is most probably right off the bat, this is an informational website. Let's go ahead and look at smartproxy.com. Okay, so we're in smartproxy.com, and it's not hard to see that this is an informational post by smartproxy.com. But at the end of the day, they are selling something. They're not selling something on this page. If you look at here, they're selling software that's related to this. But this page right here, this is informational. And even though it's not loaded with information, it's like maybe 700 to 800 words of information. I would say that this is an informational page, but a website with commercial intent. So we'll go ahead and we will paste this here, and informational, but informational with commercial intent. Okay, so we've got these 5 right here. Right off the bat, I can tell you, if you want to rank for the keyword rotating proxy manage, we should have a manager, by the way, but it should suffice for this. If you want to rank for this keyword, you can have a website that has a page that just mentions this keyword in the page, and it can be a page with commercial intent, and you should be able to rank. And based on what I'm looking at, it's not very well optimized content. So this is a keyword that's not difficult to rank for, regardless of whatever the tool tells you. Obviously, there are other things that are part of this, but this is a big part of it. Now I'll go into and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about when I say that there's more to this. So if I jump back here real quick, there's something I need you guys to look at. And as soon as these 3 websites with commercial intent, these 4 websites with commercial intent have ended, there are these videos. These are informational videos. And as soon as these informational videos end, you see that there are now more websites ranking after the videos that are informational, including all of these right here. So after that, it's fair to say that you can rank with this. But there is one more thing that needs to be looked at. Now, if I were to have, if I'm someone who's looking at this page from in terms of if I want to rank for this keyword, I'm also looking for if this keyword right here is in, this is something I covered in the previous video as well, but I think it's worth talking about here, is to see where these keywords appear. Now, if I do a quick Google search here, and if I look at this, I see that at least a control F, so I've done a control F, and I'm looking at where does this keyword rotating proxy manage appear in any of these search results. And it's not in the title. There's this one website that has it in the description. They've got it. This one does not have it. This one does not have it. This one does not have it. So if I were to create a page, and this one has it in the description, and I had a page, I had a website which was selling this, and it had commercial intent. Technically, if I put this in the title and I put this in the description, and it was a well-optimized page, I can rank on #1 for this. And I'll go ahead and show you guys another example of which should solidify how this works for you. Now, my next video is going to be about how to create proper H1s, descriptions, titles for your pages, and how to replicate the success of your competitors' websites, pulling in the best data that they have and ranking for those keywords by just optimizing these 3 parts of your website. There was a tool that I use. I'll go ahead and review the tool, and I'll also talk about how I use that tool, and I've used it to a great degree of success. And this is going to be my next video, and this is a big part of understanding what I talk about in my next video. So make sure that you watch this video before you watch my upcoming video. Okay, so welcome back. So I've got another keyword, and I'll go ahead and paste it in right here. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I am searching for Peridot alternatives, and I'm trying to find websites that will meet the criteria that we talked about above. So we'll go ahead and I will create. Okay, I'll create a new tab here. I'll copy and paste all of this so you guys can see how I work, which is not very organized, but you guys get the point what I'm trying to achieve here. Source classification, intent classification, and so you can see, so I'll just go ahead and I will pull these up real quick. So this is #1. This is trustradius.com. So trustradius.com has all of these over here, and I would say this is more of a review aggregator kind of a website. It's not informational, it's an aggregator. So I go ahead and I will, this is position #1, put this down here. Intent is commercial, because obviously these are affiliate links, and with very little information. And this is an aggregator. Aggregator/review site. So this is what this website can be classified as. And most probably Google is classifying this website like this as well, although they might be using different terms, but this is probably how they're classifying it. The next one is G2. We'll take a look at this. We'll also take a look at this. So let's start with G2. So G2 is, most people already know this, but G2 is another aggregator, yellow pages type website, mostly for software. And you can see that all of this is just commercial websites with commercial intent. So I'll just go ahead and I will put in 2 here, put in 2 here. I'll say this is the intent here is commercial. Sorry, the intent here is commercial, and this is a review aggregator site. So we've got that out of the way, and we have got another one real quick. We've got, yes. So 5 Peridot competitors for marketing automation. So this is the Ascent. This is the Pool, the Fool.com. Okay. Why would you even name a website the Fool.com? So all right. So taking a look at this, I can say this is informational with commercial intent. They've talked about quite a few different stuff. This is also another aggregator type website, and this page is another aggregator type website, web page with links going out to websites with an affiliate link, and they're not going into too much detail about each of the 5 products that they reviewed. So pretty much this is the same kind of website that we've seen. Go ahead and click this here, and we'll say this is also commercial intent. This is also a commercial review type. So at this point, you guys can see what this is looking like. And I can tell you the next 2 or 3 results are going to be pretty much the same. So what I do after that is how are these websites? So why is zyte.com ranking above brightdata.com and above Oxylab? So what Google is doing here is Google is running the numbers on these websites. So the ones Google usually rotates between these websites based on a person's previous search data. So if you have all of these, if you look at these pages and you pull up their search maps, you will see that if you replicate their search maps and then you replicate the content that they have, with obviously not duplicating it, but creating similar content, you should be able to rank with the keyword you're trying to target, if it's also in the H1 and the description, and also in the title of the page. So this will make it very easy for you to rank, and this is regardless of what Ahrefs or any other website is telling you. The important thing is to understand the website's intent, because these are websites competing against each other, and Google looks at these websites very differently when they're ranking the content of these sites. So website will be number 2, and what was number 3 will be number 1. So primarily Google is just testing those websites, and there are obviously the other factors to it, but it's possible to rank. You probably have been able to figure out that at this point, after watching this video, what you've been doing wrong and why you're not ranking on the top where you should be ranking. There's a lot more to it than just keyword difficulty. SERP analysis can't be automated because a lot of it needs to be done manually. You need to manually look at the website the way I looked at it, and then classify the website that's been ranking, and then classify the next 5 or 10 websites that are ranking on the top spots to find out exactly why they're ranking, what kind of websites that are ranking. If you use a strategy coupled with good keyword research, there's no reason why you can't rank. Obviously, there's always a place for backlinks, but you need to get your on page right, and this is part of getting your on page right. So guys, if you like the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.